What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. It is the 17th day of December, and here we are sitting at about $2,900 with how much time left in the day? Hold on. We're actually at like 2,800, 2,900 right here. 7 hours and 44 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Bitcoin with some wicked volatility on the day. I mean, we pumped and then dumped all in like a 2 hour period to an immense effect. It's pretty crazy. I think it's because of the stock market. I think the stock market dropping is what caused this. I'm anticipating that we do bounce from this area because we're right at the 382 zone on the S&P, and we have bullish divergence on our MACD, on our... Do we have it on the stochastics? Technically, we do have it on the stochastics, and we have it on the RSI as well. So I am expecting that we bounce from here. The rest of the day will be green. We'll probably come back. I don't know if Bitcoin's just going to move right back up like this. Wouldn't that be wild if it did? But I'm just, maybe we move up nonetheless, but just over a slower period of time. Ethereum likely moves up as well. I'm going over the S&P and Bitcoin because I'm just trying to explain why I think we're seeing this volatility. And then what's bullish for these two will probably be bullish for this one as well. We look at this on the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom back out to the daily and finish the video there. But for now, we're looking at it on the 1 hour. There's a lot of volume on this drop. Right, where Bitcoin here is at a higher low, Ethereum is at a lower low, which that's not really ideal. That's not a good sign. And on top of that, where you rejected, the area that you found resistance at was right here at prior support, prior support, prior support. It's as if you went up to a prior area of support and rejected is the best word to use to describe that. Rejected that zone. Call me crazy, but from here, Ethereum seems like it has more work to go or more work to do to the downside. And if that's the case, I mean, might we see a continuation of what we saw here, here, and here? Might we go just a little bit lower to that next level, wherever that might be? I want to use, let's see, if we're looking at this, I think we can use that one, yeah. Let's use this low, discernible low there to this discernible high here. Okay, low to high. If we were to go lower from here, I got to admit, guys, that doesn't look good. Consolidating below the 886 like this. If we were to go lower, 2772 to 2600 would be the likely target zone. Let's just see what we're doing here real quick. Hold on. Low here to the high. Yeah, high there. You went down to your golden ratio. Low to high, went to your golden ratio. Then your 2272, then your money zone, 3618, right? It makes so much sense. Look at how much respect you're showing on this fib as you go down, actually. Such an insignificant level, like as far as the range goes, but it's very significant because that was your top point, low to high. Anyways, low to high, the initial reaction was, come on. Oh, I guess I deleted it. Your initial reaction was that you bounced off the golden ratio. The next level from a low to a high, you found support again at the golden ratio. Do you see it? Twice in a row there. 2 times in a row. Oh, man. I wonder. I wonder. We would take this low to this high here, and we found support at the golden ratio, but we did slip a little bit lower down to the 1886 level. So just with that same thought in mind, from a low to a high, the golden ratio is at 2,788. We take this low to this high here. That's pretty damn close to this 1272. It makes sense to me, man. Probably dropping a little bit more. With that, Bitcoin and the stock market might not bounce here. Let's see. No, I still believe the stock market bounced here. I mean, Bitcoin and the S&P could move up, and Ethereum could still move down. That happens sometimes. 1 hour RSI is bearish. Stochastics are bearish. MACD is bearish. They're all bearish. You rejected your zero. You have lower highs in your histogram. And you're now building bearish momentum instead of like decaying, instead of staving it. It looks bearish here. I mean, if we were to reverse from here and pump, that would go against what the TA is saying. But in all fairness, keep yourselves suspicious, my friends. Moments like this can be deceitful. Moments like this can be deceitful. I could really be wrong here. And understand that here, at this moment where we turned around and were bullish, it was as soon as you got a lower low. We just got a lower low here, right? Whenever you pumped here, that was when you got a lower low there. We still dumped inevitably, and maybe we have a dump inevitably, but don't be surprised if we pump from here. I am calling for something that is just below 2,800 and just above 2,700. I am calling for that range right now. Here we are at 2,850, just below 2,800, just above 2,700. It's not that hard of a call. It's not that difficult. It's very near. But don't be surprised if it doesn't happen, because we are in some screwy environments right now, you guys. It's wild that, like, the whole world knows. Hold on. Oh, that one didn't pop. I'm going to have to work that out later. The whole world, I feel like, knows that we're in these manipulated environments. It's crazy. And we know the reason why. But what's wild is we know the reason why, but there's no major headlines about it. There's no massive media sources talking about it. It's all independent reporters or your favorite streamers or whatever who are talking about it, right? The whole fiasco with Wintermute and the bug in the market-making system that Binance basically operates for the whole crypto ecosystem. That Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, all the major exchanges, all at the same time are using this market-making, let's just say, setup scheme. It's not like a scheme like in a scam way. I mean, maybe, but that issue. It's interesting how there's no reporting going on about it, but yet everybody knows. It's so interesting. Where if there was something that was causing this dump and it was anything else, we would all know about it. We'd all hear the headline news. But we all know about it without headline news, and that's because the reason why there's no headlines about it is because, man, this is it's hush hush stuff. I think it's stuff that, like, could get people in legal trouble. I don't know. Anyways, Ethereum. And I really shout out to Go Anders if you're watching this. I wouldn't have pieced all that together without you, honestly. And then shout out to CryptoFace. He wouldn't have caught on to that if it wasn't for CryptoFace. So anyways, 2850, enough talk. It's just, again, we're in screwy times, guys. We're in very screwy times. Everybody knows that we're in screwy times, and it's still happening. They don't care. And they're not giving us a story for it, which means it's going to keep happening. Bullish divergence on the MACD, not on the RSI or the stochastics. The RSI looks abysmal. Lower lows, lower highs, downtrend. But you are in the oversold zone. Downtrends typically end in the oversold zone. Typically, they do. So a little bit lower. Again, just below 2,800, just above 2,700. A little bit lower from here, but probably we move up. Yeah, probably we do move up. I keep wondering. Yeah, we're still there. I really think that we're going to see a bounce here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Bitcoin, Ethereum, the S&P, they all were up higher than they are now by the end of this day, personally. Daily time frame here, looking at this for Ethereum. Yeah, you just crossed red there on your daily MACD. Rejected the zero. It's not a positive look, to be fair. Stochastics are right at the oversold area, totally reset, but you can definitely go lower. I think, again, in the grand scheme of this high here at 3,400, 3,500 to this low here, I think we're very near the low. But we just have a little bit lower to go. And then we will likely move up from there. Then we likely recover. I'm not at the point where I believe we go below this low. I don't think so. Below this low, it could happen, but I still don't think so. Below this low, I mean, we're already below that low, so I guess it doesn't matter. High to low here, 382, below the 236. It's a bit odd. It's unconventional. Typically, 382, you'd find support at the 236. So what we're looking for, at least, is to not break below 2740. We don't want to break below that level there. We don't want to break below that low. Anything can happen. Maybe we go below there, we get a double bottom, whatever. But I would think that if we go below this low, the probability that we go lower and that we proceed to prices maybe down around $2,000 goes up tremendously. So, and at that point, Ethereum really might be entering a bear market. I don't think it is. I don't think any of that's going to happen. I'm just telling you like it is. This is exactly where we are. We need to find support here at our prior areas of resistance, or we will flop, guys. I don't think that's going to happen. I think as we're moving down, we're getting less volume. That tells me that there will be a shift at some point, right? Like here, you're moving up. You've got some volume both times, but then you're moving up more here, and your volume dies off. So what do? You pull back. You tried to pump again, but there's no volume to come in, so you pull back, right? The dump also had no volume, so you pulled back. Right? Here you're building, volume's building. Here you're building, volume's building. Here you're trying to build, there's no volume, so you revert. Here you're building down, volume's building, but slowly decaying. Now it's basically non-existent. We're probably going to reverse. And we're showing signs of readiness on the 4-hour time frame. We do have bullish divergence on a couple of different indicators, right? Or just on the MACD. On the daily time frame, there's not really too much to go off of. We are reset on the RSI or on the stochastics. If this was a false cross, that'd be really nice. Like if this was a false rejection, we rejected here, but then we came back up, that would actually be a really good look. You know, something like this maybe. And then we got a nice pop after that. At the end of the day, as long as we're above $2,737, we're okay. But if we get below there, then I become bearish, okay? Probably down to like 2K. From a high to a low here, the expectation is that when we recover, we will move up to the golden ratio zone, which is all the way up at about $3,900 to $4,067. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. This actually makes a lot of sense, this golden ratio zone, because if this were to be some type of like W pattern here, down at the bottom, typically you go just above where the W started. So that would make sense that we stop there, consolidate back, and then continue to rally going into the new year. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.